What's going on, everybody? All right. We are in a couple of trades this morning. This is the new week for our trading challenge. And the trading challenges have been going very well. I think a lot of people are learning more doing the trading challenge than if they were just sort of winging it on their own. And the reason that is because you've got a set of rules that you're following, and we treat it very seriously, right? So the more serious you treat your rules, the more serious that you treat your process, the better results you're going to get. And it's an interesting learning process for me as well, presenting the challenge to you guys as well. Let's see. I'm gonna jump on here. Oh boy, wondering if I can go live on TradingView as well. We'll figure that out later. But what we've got here is we're in two trades. We are in the crude oil trade right here. It's kind of creeping back up. This happened overnight. So we actually got into this trade, and it definitely hit 2-1, but I was not up in time. I was not up in time to take profits on that. We are starting to head to the downside though. So I'm going to leave this trade on. It's only a $72 risk, and we are right above this this demand zone here, or supply zone here. That should be red. There we go. All about the details, right? It's all about the details. So we are pulling back up to retest this area, and that's understandable. So is this just a, we're getting some news, oil edges down. We are getting some news about, or I should say, this high time frame trend is still not fully up or down yet, right? We've got that yellow candle. The yellow candle means you're transitioning from an uptrend to a downtrend and vice versa. That's your transition candle, letting you know, hey, get ready. You could be in a trend reversal here. So TrendCloud is specifically built for the retail trader who likes to trade trend reversals and who likes to follow the trend. Okay, those are the two types of traders that this is built for. And that's what I do. And that's why I built TrendCloud specifically in this way. So if you like to trade trend reversals, this is definitely going to be for you. Let me get over here. Let me pull this up, drag this over here. And let me see if I can help people out here and go live. Hang on, guys. Browser, start now, public. There we go. There we go. Okay. So hopefully that's on. Okay, good. Now we're everywhere. Now we are on Trading View, and we're also on YouTube and Twitter. Okay, or X. Very good. Okay, so we're in a couple of trades here now. Really nice rejection candle off of the micro crude. We got into this yesterday. All these trend cloud signals here. Look at all the trend cloud signals inside of the supply zone right here at that base drop. Pulled back, retested this supply zone. Then we got a bunch of trend cloud signals. And basically what we've done right here on this candle, right, is we pulled right back into this consolidation here, right? We were climbing out. Look at the trend line here. Right? You can pretty much see that. Trend line break, retest of this area. Hopefully, hopefully we stick with that and continue the downward movement. Hey, Mariana, good morning. We are in a couple of trades here. Very little risk, right? $72, retesting the supply zone here. Let's take a look at our full spectrum middle time frame, right? We are below negative 100. That means we are allowed to take supply zones that we find. We're just about to cycle back down, okay, on the 1 hour chart. So we're at the top of the cycle, which means we're going to look for something like this, a hook down. Whoops. It's going to hook down and let us know that we are in an impulse phase, right? Because right now we're correcting into this supply zone, and then we're going to have an impulse to the downside, right? Maybe it's going to look something like that. All right, so that is the story right now. High time frame, momentum is down. We're at the bottom of the cycle. And remember, when you're at the bottom of a cycle, it's possible to do something that looks like this, right? And it just kind of goes sideways here at the bottom of the cycle. That's because this is a bounded indicator. The cycle indicator is a bounded indicator. It can only go so low. It can only go so high. All right. So crude oil trade from yesterday, still working out, doing very well. It's only 2 contracts on the micro. Let's get rid of this because we want it to go as far as it's going to go, right? Let's get over to the natural gas trade. Up over $2,000 on the natural gas trade. Okay, very nice. We've got our stop loss. Okay, look at how we are managing the trade here. We only have 1 contract, and look what it did. Right in here, inside of this consolidation, here's all the trend cloud signals, right? We've got all the trend cloud signals, big move to the upside. We got into the trade on the trend cloud signal, big move to the upside, right? These are the moves that you wait to catch, right? These are the moves that you wait to catch. And if we take a look at our trading account here, take a look at the trading account, you can see using our trend cloud strategy, very small loss, big win. Small loss, big win, big win. Small loss, big win, big win. Small loss and big win over $2,000. Okay. So, hey, Krishnan, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. I am doing well. I'm doing very well. It's a little cold here in South Florida. You can see I got my hoodie on. It's like 50 something degrees here in South Florida. The iguanas are frozen. They're falling out of trees. um, so yeah, so really big win on natural gas. Um, we were able to catch the trend reversal, right? And that's really what TrendCloud is built for. It's built for trend following strategies, and it's built for trend reversal strategies. So within the past 2 weeks, we're up over $4,000 if we close out right now. Okay, so it's a process that works very well. It's a process that works very well. We go over all of that in the masterclass, right? The little details of trend management and all of that stuff. But this is what you want. This is what you want it to look like, right? Small loss, big win. Small loss, big win, big win. Small loss, big win, small loss. So until you achieve this, and you can say, oh yeah, every 2 weeks, I'm up over 8%. We always shoot for at least 8% within 2 weeks, right? So I can't clear this out yet because I'm still in these trades here. Let's get down to it here. Okay. So I've got 2 videos on the entry here. If you go to my profile here, and it's also on YouTube, but if you go to my profile on TradingView, you will see the last 2. There's actually 3. I made 3 videos on it. Okay, so there's 3 videos. The last 3 videos, they're about 6 or 7 minutes each. And it's pretty much a little tutorial on every segment of that trade. Okay, so you can check that out. But when we were looking at this, right, when we were looking at this yesterday, we said, okay, candles have turned blue. That means the trend is extended. Okay, so the trend is extended on the 4-hour chart. Okay, that means that we have to cross above the 50 on the 4-hour chart at some point in time. That's a huge distance away on your lower time frames. Okay, so when you have an extended trend on the highest time frame that you're using, that will definitely mean some kind of trend reversal on those lower time frames. Does that make sense? Right? And that's what we were looking for. So just knowing that puts you ahead and allows you to say, okay, well then if that's the case, let me start looking for the first sign of trend reversal on my lower time frame. So what did we do? We went to the 1-hour chart and we said, okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait here, right? I'm going to wait here until we break above positive 100 on that CCI. Okay, this is the thought process. All right, extended trend on the 4-hour chart. Here's where it's at, right here. Let's get that vertical axis. Okay, right here. Why didn't it show up? It always does that. That's a little bit of a glitch here. There we go. Okay, right in here, we start consolidating on the 1-hour chart. And I'm seeing this and I'm saying, okay, well, we're extended. Hey, Frank, good to see you. We're extended on the 4-hour chart. We need to see that shift on CCI. And where do we get it? Almost there, right? But right there, right here. Okay. That happens at 3 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. Naturally, I didn't see that. But when we started to hit, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, it's pretty easy to see, wow, this thing broke above positive 100, pulled back into that blue shaded area. And 15-minute chart now, we start getting those trend cloud signals, right? 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 12, right? 1 o'clock. We got in right here. Okay. This was a little bit of a pullback into, into these trend cloud signals, right? I think I ended up putting my stop like right below here, right below that lowest trend cloud signal, and entering the trade right here. Okay, beautiful. There's the entry. And there's the stop loss. Okay. That's what it looked like. Entry, stop loss, and then boom, big rip to the upside. And we're still going. And do you see how I'm following this? There's only one contract. And we usually take our 2-to-1, right? But this thing made such a move to the upside. What did I do? I took my stop loss and I put it right here. And I said, okay, I'll capture, I'll capture whatever that is. Just let it go. So it ripped to the upside, and I placed my stop loss right underneath some, the lowest structure point. Went sideways, never stopped me out, then broke out. Now my stop loss is right here. Okay. So if this thing reverses, I'm going to capture all of that profit. $1,200. But we're up 2,000, right? So, because of the structure of these candles and the fact that I know that this could pull back into the trend cloud here, we want this to go as far as it's going to go, right? That's the toss up. Do I take the $2,000 right now? Or do I let this just run? Now you've got to have some sort of objective trade plan. And, what do we do? Well, this is the 15-minute chart. How does price move? How does price move on TrendCloud? It moves like this, pulls back into TrendCloud, moves up, pulls back into TrendCloud, moves up. We're not going to disturb that process, right? We don't want to disturb that process. So we're just going to leave it alone. It's going to do whatever it's going to do, right? So again, beautiful consolidation, lots of trend cloud signals to the upside, and then the big move up, right? Nice move up and the breakout. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to crude oil. Get rid of this. And let's go over this trade. Crude oil does some crazy stuff, right? Crude oil does some crazy stuff. We know they love to push crude oil, up here, right? So here's the curve on the 4-hour chart. Unfortunately, we couldn't, we couldn't get in early on this because the trend wasn't extended like it was on natural gas, right? This was this trend was 3, 4, well, it didn't really reach that fifth wave, right? Went 4, pulled back up and retested this area on that fifth wave. So we've got an average trend that entered the curve zone now that I look at it. But this big move down, right? Broke below the trend cloud. We haven't gotten the crossover yet. But we're looking at this and we're saying, okay, momentum was down. We're getting a momentum shift now on the high time frame, and that's okay. We're at the top of the cycle on the 1 hour chart, and we're below negative 100. So the middle time frame trend is telling us that we're allowed to take supply zones. We're allowed to take this supply zone because momentum is down. Nice transition candle on the high time frame. We've got to give this thing some room. And what do we have here? Rally base drop, kind of went sideways and then broke below. Okay. Can it rip all the way back up to here? Yep. But it's a small, $72 trade. And the reason why we maxed out at $72 is because we were in that natural gas trade as well, and we didn't want to go over our limit. It is what it is, right? What difference does it make? $72, $200, whatever. It's still going to be more money on your bottom line, right? It's all about making small losses and big gains. Okay, so we entered this trade because we had TrendCloud signals. We were inside of a supply zone with momentum on our side. Okay, now we're starting to get a little bit of a momentum shift to the upside. So, but that's totally okay. Let's see. Let's take a look at. Oh, and I just realized that's funny. I'm on the H contract of natural gas, and it looks like the J contract has more volume. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, no big deal. Let's take a look at the indexes here. Okay, micro S&P. Micro S&P. 4-hour chart. Breaking through that 100 simple moving average there. Definitely in a downtrend, full downtrend on the micro S&P. There's your crossover. We are inside of this. We're inside of this curve zone, aren't we? That's a massive demand zone there because of this candle, right? You can try to tighten it up a bit and just take this area here. So we're low on the curve, early in the downtrend on the 4-hour chart, which means, right, could do something like this. Pulls down, pulls back into the trend cloud, and rips through, right? That's what being early in the trend means on this high time frame. Look at what's happening on the middle time frame. Okay, on the middle time frame, we've got an extended trend. heading towards that supply zone. And there you go, ADR checkpoint right there. What's the scenario here? Okay. Let's draw it out. This is what it's looking like right now. Here. Pulls down, extended, right? Extended trend, hits that ADR checkpoint, and then maybe does something like this, right? Reverse head and shoulders. We need to break above that 50 to recalculate, right? We need to break above this 50 here to recalculate the count. And as this is recalculating, look where it's entering. It's entering the high time frame trend cloud right here. So do you see how all of the steps, you have to put them together like a puzzle? And just knowing how price moves using your trend cloud, you can put these pieces together. Oh, okay. So we're in a downtrend, right? We're in a downtrend on the high time frame. Okay, so that means TrendCloud likes to pull back, or that means price likes to pull back into TrendCloud and then make another move down. Okay, all right, middle time frame. Middle time frame's extended. Here's an ADR checkpoint. That means price, if price pulls down into that demand zone, hits that ADR checkpoint, I know that this thing has gone as far as it's going to go, usually in a day, right? The average daily range. It's already traveled its average daily range on an extended trend, which means it wants to pull back above the 50 simple to recalculate. How does that relate to the high time frame? Well, when this pulls back into this area to recalculate, it's actually going to be inside of the high time frame trend cloud in a downtrend. So the next move is this. That's the next move, down. Once it hits this area again, the next move is down. So understanding price movement and how it develops is the key to this right here, guys. It's the key to staying consistent. You have to know how price moves, and it's very easy to do that when you're looking at TrendCloud, because you can see the movement of the price. It's a mapping system. It's telling you where you are right now, and it's telling you what is going to happen once you pull back into TrendCloud. Okay? So that is the story. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Krishnan. High time frame, right? High time frame trend cloud is down. And you have to say to yourself, how does price move inside of trend cloud, right? Breaks below, pulls back into trend cloud, moves down, right? This is the movement we're expecting. This is the movement that we're expecting. Take that context and go to the next chart. Middle time frame. Wow, look at that. Look how nicely it moved. Breaks below, pulls back into trend cloud, impulse down. Correction into trend cloud, impulse down. Correction into trend cloud, impulse down. right? Correction into trend cloud, impulse down. Correction into trend cloud, impulse down. Now we're extended. The trend is extended. It's gone 5 waves, 6 waves. Candles are now ice blue, letting you know this is the signal. The blue candles are the signal that price wants to do this. Why does price want to do this? Because it wants to recalculate back to 1. It recalculates at 1 by crossing back above the 50 simple. Okay? This is how price moves every day, all the time, 24/7. And your trend cloud is mapping it for you. So we've gone extended, and now we can say candles are blue. That means price wants to recalculate. Where does it recalculate? It has to close above the 50 simple. This is your 50 simple. Price has to close above the 50 simple to recalculate. That's the nature of this thing. That's the nature of price on every single instrument that you put on your chart. 5 waves average, 6, 7 waves extended. We need to recalculate. So now we know price needs to get back up into this area, which is above the 50 simple. How does that relate to your 4-hour chart? Take a look, right? Take a look. Right in here, right? Here's your trend cloud. Price wants to move into that trend cloud so that it could move down. Look at where that's at on the 1-hour chart. Is that not in the right area where this thing wants to close above and hang out so that it could recalculate? Yes, it is. So we know that this could be a possible area where price will reverse. Okay, and drop, base, drop, right? Just take that box, drag it over, and take a look and see if you have any formations. And we do. Right here. Beautiful. You can even tighten it up, right? The basing candle is right here, actually, right? So there's the 4-hour supply zone right there. Drop, base, drop. Right? If you want to draw it like that, even with the wick, be my guest. There you go. It's also a couple of formations, right? There's a drop, base, drop here. Rally, base, base, drop here. This is a good area. This is a really good area for some type of trend reversal, right? Somewhere in here. Boom. Does that not look like a good area where there could be the next down move? Sure can. Yep. So we took the context of the high time frame and we related that context to the middle time frame to get some information. And there it is. Look at where the ADR checkpoint is. Is it going to do this and then reverse? We don't know. We don't know. But that would mean that this would have to pull back really deep and break through the supply zone. And we don't like that. That means bad news for our downward move. Was about to ask the area you plotted it. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yep. So the area here is drop, base, drop on the 4-hour chart. And it's also, it's also this area here where you've got a bunch of different candles, right? There you go. Rally, base, base, drop right in here. So the 4-hour supply zone is holding a couple of formations. Here's a drop, base, drop. That's right in there. And this is just a bunch of candles here. Then you've got this rally, base, base, drop. So you've got a couple of formations on the 1-hour chart inside there. What about the 15-minute chart? Oh, I hate when I do that. How the heck did that happen? Hang on, guys. Oh no. Oh my goodness. What the heck happened here? Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. I don't know how I do that. I don't know how that happens. 15-minute chart. What? Look at it. I mean, the 15-minute chart, you've got a whole bunch of stuff. Look at this rejection candle right here. Rally, base, drop right in here. So the 15-minute chart has a bunch of stuff. Look at that, right? Drop, base, drop. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in here on the 15-minute chart. It's so small, right? It's just small. It's a whole bunch of formations inside of that higher time frame. You don't have to get that big into the minutia of it, Christian. You don't have to get real big, like, oh, where is it inside it? Don't worry about that. Look for major landmarks, right? Major landmarks. 4-hour chart does a great job. Drop, base, drop, box that sucker out. What's it look like on the 1-hour chart? Yep, there you go. Rally, base, drop, drop, base, drop. It's in that general area, right? Nothing ever forms right on the dot, right? Or X never marks the spot, right? Yeah. And here we are coming back into that area now. Okay. What would that be? What would that cost us? There you go. Right. So we're protected here, $172 risk, and we're protected by, all this structure here. That's quite a ways. That's quite a ways to go. 5-minute chart here. That's quite a ways to go all the way back up to there. There's enough room here. There's enough room here to say, okay, well, where's the opening range going to form? The opening range is going to form somewhere here. If it breaks out to the upside, this would be our target area to get out at. But the thing is, do you really, if the opening range, let's say the opening range looks like this. Let's say the opening range looks like this, and we break out to the upside here. We've got a lot of downward momentum, or the downward momentum is with us, so we could have some whipsaw. We could have some whipsaw on going against all that momentum, even though momentum has shifted to the upside here on the high time frame. So basically, we've got a whole bunch of mixed signals, right? It's really not a clean it's really not a clean shot. So, you know, the move right now is that this wants to get back up here to recalculate. And we would be going against high time momentum. Hopefully this doesn't break above positive 100. If we get all the way back up into here without breaking above positive 100, I would say then take this trade. But if this breaks above positive 100, when it gets up into here, then you've got a lot going against you. You know, then we need to hang out. We need to hang out and wait and see what's going to happen. All right. Too many mixed signals. Too many mixed signals. But that's the process. That's the process that you have to go to. Let's check our trades. Crude oil, right? Pulling back into the trend cloud. Hopefully going to make that move down. All right, we've got momentum on our side. Bottom of the cycle, yellow candle. We still, trend cloud is telling us we still have clues that this is going to pull back. Natural gas. Okay, natural gas has pulled back. Couple of $100, but we are transitioning nicely to the upside here. Hopefully we get, and look what we've got setting up on the, we need the 5-minute here. Okay. 5-minute natural gas trade pulls back. Right? So this is pulling, this is breaking below the 5-minute opening range, but it's breaking below with a ton of momentum to the upside. So this is a bear trap. This is your typical bear trap right here. It doesn't even pull back all the way. It doesn't even pull back all the way to here. $15-minute chart. There you go. So there's your drop base rally on the 15-minute chart. And this is a really good sign, guys. This is a really good sign. It pulled down, didn't quite hit the formation, but look what it did hit, right? This is what we just went over. It hit that trend cloud. Impulse up, kind of went sideways into trend cloud. Impulse up, pulls back into trend cloud. Impulse up, and it just pulled back, hit the trend cloud. So we have to assume the next move is up. Okay, that is that's how you have to look at it. I would practice drawing those lines and saying that over and over to yourself. Because if you do that, you're going to remember it and you're going to start seeing it more. Impulse up, pull back into trend cloud. Impulse up, pull back into trend cloud. Then you can take that and you can relate it to your other time frames. Just like we did today with natural gas, or with the S&P there. All right. Aussie dollar. Let's turn this off. What's going on with the Aussie dollar? 4-hour chart, moving beautifully on that 4-hour chart. Very nice. Breaks above, pulls back into TrendCloud, impulse up. Pulls back into TrendCloud, impulse up. Right? Now we're pulling back into the TrendCloud here. All right. Look at all this. Now we are getting bearish divergence here. Look at all this bearish divergence. Interesting. Okay, so 4-hour chart. We've just had this huge move down, pulling back up into that 200 moving average, that 200 simple moving average here. I mean, it looks like this thing really wants to continue this downward trend. But we can only trade what we can see, right? We don't guess. We don't try to guess what this thing is going to do. We put it into an objective trade plan. Okay. We broke to the upside on the 4-hour chart. That's our highest time frame. We're running into the 200 simple right here, right? Put a line. This way, everything will show up on the lower time frames. See? Here's the 200 simple right here. Inside of that high time frame curve zone. Drag this across. Can draw it like that as well. Rally, base drop, right? A lot of sellers hanging out in here. And there's your 200 simple. That's a lot. That's an objective way of drawing this out, right? It's got a little bit more to go. High time frame, early in the trend. Look where those ADR checkpoints are now. So now we've got a situation where this thing could, hit that 200, kind of spike up into here, and start to make its reversal from there. But that's a lot of steps ahead. That's many steps ahead, right? But at least we know that we can see it. We can see what's coming. This is a possibility. So what would we do in this scenario, right? Bearish divergence. We really want to wait until we're up in this area and start looking for signals like TrendCloud down signals. Like this right here. We want to start seeing this consolidate up in here and start giving us TrendCloud signals to take it short. Look at, let's go to the daily. Big downtrends. This was a massive uptrend here. The daily chart, we are at the very beginning of this downtrend on the daily chart. Okay. It's just information, right? 4-hour chart, man, this thing really loves to go down. There you go. There's your supply zone. ADR checkpoints. If this reaches up in here today around, 7 o'clock at night, we usually see some interesting action around 7 p.m. Eastern on the Australian dollar. When we're up in here, we have to start looking. We have to start looking for those reversals, just like we did here on natural gas. Okay. All right, natural gas pulling back. And we've got our stop loss in. As long as we don't have any kind of whipsaw. So what's happening here on natural gas, right? Open range, 5-minute chart, pulling back into the bear trap. Pulling back into that bear trap. We are protected by the previous day's high. We're protected by TrendCloud, which is a level of support. And we also have this, this 15-minute demand zone, drop, base, rally. It's beautiful. We are protected. There's no reason to get out of this trade. What we want to see, right? We want to see this, right? Pulled back, breaks above, pulls into TrendCloud, break above. That's what we want to see. We have to assume that that's what price is going to do because that's how it moves with TrendCloud. All right. So it's always going to be your major guide into price action so that you can apply your strategy more effectively. If you're flying blind and you don't have any of this stuff on your chart, it becomes a lot less visual, and then you're kind of left, especially as a beginner, you're kind of left like, wait, what's going on now? I thought this thing was going up. Now it's pulling back. I don't understand. Just knowing how far back this price usually goes is a huge help. It's a huge help because your brain will be tricked into saying, oh, but what if it does this? But what if it just does that? What if it just misses? It gives you a guide. It gives you a guide. All right. Crude oil pulling back deep. All right. So maybe we take a small loss on crude oil. We still have all of this, right? We still have all of this consolidation here. I am looking at that right now. Do we give it that much room? We could. We could give it some room. Drop, base, drop right here on the 15-minute chart. That's a possibility, right? ADR checkpoints all the way up here. It's fighting. It really wants to continue that downward movement. We don't know, but we're protected. Okay? I'm fine with that. Judging the way everything went, seeing that 15-minute drop base drop, that broke structure, no problem. There's your supply zone. Pulled in there, went sideways, made a move down. Is it going to retest that area? That area really isn't fresh, is it? It's really not a fresh area. This is starting to pull back up. So, I mean, it's still a decent trade, right? Still a decent trade. We'll just let it run. We will just let that run. What's going on with gold? Oh my goodness. Okay. So here we are in that situation again. Here we are in that 1 hour extended trend, right? This line right here is the 100 simple on the 4 hour. And here's the 200 simple on the 4 hour. Okay. We are inside of this curve zone. We're inside of the curve zone. Momentum is down, starting to cycle down. Too bad we don't have an ADR checkpoint there. It's all the way up here. So we've got an extended trend inside of a high time frame supply zone, starting to cycle back down. Where does this want to go? It wants to pull back, right? Price is extended. It wants to pull back underneath that 50, and look where that 50, look where that is on the high time frame. So by pulling back deep, we are going to be in alignment with the high time frame context, right? This wants to pull back below the 50 so it can recalculate. But look where that is, right inside the high time frame trend cloud. What do we expect? Well, pulls back into trend cloud, impulse up. So don't be tricked, right? The movement from here all the way down to here on your, on your 5-minute chart, it's pretty decent. And we're starting to get that trend cloud signal. Trend cloud signal to the downside. Taking the context of this 1 hour extended trend. But you're moving against the upward trend in the 4-hour chart, right? So a bunch of mixed signals. Again, a bunch of mixed signals there. So we have to wait for more alignment, right? We really want to see a momentum shift on the high time frame, because that will align with this momentum. If we were to take this short down to here, look at what we're getting. Let's move this out of the way. Okay. Trend cloud breaks below, pulls back, and then the move down, right? You can take the retest of that trend cloud signal. Right in here. If you did that, you'd be with the high time frame momentum, and you'd be looking to take this trade down into this area below the 50 on the 1-hour chart. A little more advanced type of trade, but it's just all about putting the pieces together in an objective way. All right. So probably not the greatest, right? Not the greatest move. We'll do copper last, and then we'll call it a day, guys. Copper is heading towards that high time frame. It's heading towards that ADR checkpoint. Copper opening range. Looks like it breaks out, pulls back down, takes off. uptrend, uptrend. See, this is what we look for, right? Uptrend, momentum is up, uptrend, momentum is up. Great, take the trade on the lower time frame. In this particular case, it didn't give us any trend cloud signals, but it did show us this rally base rally right here. The pullback into this rally base rally, nice move up, right? Moves up, pulls back into trend cloud, also pulled back into a demand zone, rally base rally, big move up, pulling back into trend cloud, big move up, hits that ADR checkpoint, and that's it, game over. So you see how you can talk yourself through the process? That's what you need to be able to do. So when you can talk yourself through that process and your trading challenges are starting to look like this and they're profitable, okay? Small loss, big win, small loss, big win, small loss. When it starts looking like this, guys, then you're ready to trade live. Every 2 weeks, you got to hit that close to 8%. If you can hit 8% every 2 weeks, or almost every 2 weeks, right? Look for consistency in your simulated trading, and that will get you ready, and that will let you know that you're ready to trade live. All right? But it's got to start. The simulated account has to look like this. Okay? You're going to take losses, but the wins are going to outweigh the losses. And you got to be profitable. Okay? Once you're profitable, then you can trade live. It's as simple as that. Wow, deep pullback here on copper into this area. That's a little 5 minute zone there. Look where we are down here, right? Here's your trend cloud. Consolidation. It might want to pull back to this consolidation. Not sure. But we are in an uptrend. Momentum's with us on that 1 hour chart. Pulling back pretty deep here on the 4 hour chart. So we've got that against us. But which one is it going to take? We're not sure. You'll never be sure. You have to take the risk, and it's got to be small, and you choose one. Very strong upside, right? Fourth wave. This is the fifth wave, right? So the 1 hour chart is about to put in a fifth wave to the upside, right? So we may want to wait for a deeper pullback. If this was early in the trend, if we were like at the second wave here and we were pulling back into this, well, great. The earlier you're in the trend, the better chance that that pullback is going to work. All right, so good job today, guys. Very good lesson in trend reversal strategy and trend cloud movement. How price action moves with TrendCloud. All right. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow. Check out the videos on TradingView and YouTube, and you'll see how we set up that natural gas trade. There's 3 videos on that for you to watch. And I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Great job, everybody. I will see you tomorrow.